Welcome, drone video fans. This is a 10-minute video showing the end of the boating season here at Geneva Marina in Geneva on the Lake, Ohio. I usually come out here and do quite a few shoots during the year. You've probably seen some of my previous shoots where this marina was entirely full of boats. The day that this was shot, October 31st, all the boats were supposed to be out, but you can see there's some last stragglers there. They had to the end of this day to get them out of there. I'm sure that they probably only incur some kind of a fee if they don't get them out on the last day, but usually they're all out of there by the end of the day. What I thought I was going to do today was just take a fly manually around the perimeter of the marina. So we're on the eastern side of the marina here, and we're going to fly down its side and then turn around and fly along the southern side of the marina, which we're doing now. And as we're flying along, you're going to see quite a few seagulls flying in and out of your picture, and we'll come to a spot where you'll see a lot of seagulls sitting on the docks. And the reason for that is after all the boats leave, and at this time of the year, there's a little small fish. It's a little bit bigger than a minnow. I think they call them shiners, and they come and breed in these waters, and there's hundreds of thousands if not millions of them in various areas in this marina. So these seagulls that you see flying around, and you're going to see a whole lot of them here sitting on the docks that I'm coming up upon. But they pretty much camp out in this area and feast on these shiners and dine fairly heartily on those small fish. They're probably about the size of your little finger in size, so they're pretty small. They're not anything that you can catch. So now we're going on the west side of the marina, going across. You still see the seagulls flying about. The empty dockage spaces, those docks there are where they have some of the more expensive boats. They've got satellite TV setups, and we're coming upon the northern side of the marina, just going past the channel area. And as we go along here, I noticed that I was getting a little bit too close to the edge there, so I started pulling back here because you'll see in a second here there's a 150-foot tall light pole that is right in the way there. There it is. There you see the shadow, and you also see some red or orange snow fencing. They put that snow fencing up at this time of the year because when winter comes and the lake freezes over and snow piles up on the lake, if we get a northerly wind, it can blow huge amounts of snow in towards the marina and cause damage and stuff like that. So they put up this snow fence to sort of block the huge amounts of snow that might get blown up towards the marina. I was kind of lucky to be high enough to pass over that tree. I didn't notice it coming because I was watching forward, and I was flying strictly by the way of my tablet and not watching line of sight. But again, you can see the snow fencing there, and now again we're going down the eastern side of the marina. There's temporary dockage space and a little house there that people who are doing a temporary dockage can go in and get things that they need. And at this point, after having gone around the entire perimeter of the marina, we decided we were going to get a little more time in by flying down towards the Cowle Creek area. It's a small stream that runs into Lake Erie. So in order to get there, we fly. I'm gaining a little altitude here to make sure I don't hit any more or come close to hitting any more trees. You can see those pathways. That pathway is several miles long. Runs from the cabin area through the park and over to where the new housing units have been installed. Actually connects to the sidewalks that lead to the Geneva on the Lake Strip, which is kind of full of entertainment for both family and for late night adult entertainment. You know, along this pathway, you'll always see there's a couple of people walking. You know, see joggers, bicyclers. I ride my bike myself down this path at times when I'm doing a bike ride from my house out here and back. It's about 14 or 15 miles. So we're coming up here on this bridge that goes over Cowle Creek, and you'll see there's a bit of sand underneath it now. Sometimes when the water is running real fast, there won't be any sand there. It'll be just one constant stream running out to the lake. But at this point, there's you know, some sand that has bridged part of the area, and only a small portion of water is actually flowing out into Lake Erie. Some 35 years ago, I went down underneath that bridge and carved my initials on the wood underneath on the right hand side. And one of these days, when I remember to do so, I'm gonna take a walk down there underneath that bridge and see if those initials are still there. But this Cowle Creek kind of has a special memory for me. I used to get my inflatable raft, and a little bit further up the creek over here on the left-hand side, you can see there, if you look really close on the left, there's a little pathway that runs. And I remember that on the left-hand side there is a Geneva lodging, and none of that was there at the time. And we used to bring the little inflatable two-man raft, and we'd bring it down here to this creek and put it in, and then we would paddle down this, or actually up the creek towards the end that would be crossing State Route 534. And once we went under that bridge that was at State Route 534, on the other side of it was an ice cream cone stand, and so we would pull our little two-man raft ashore, pull it up on the grass, and go and get ourselves an ice cream cone, and then get back into our raft, and then paddle back down, and eventually make our way back to the starting point. So I have some fond memories of this creek. You know, there's a lot. Looking down the creek now, there's a lot of snags, a lot of trees have fallen over. Back in those days, there were no snags or trees falling across it, so it was a lot easier to traverse at that point. But we're gaining a little altitude here, and I'm going to swing back over and take one last look at the marina itself, and show, you know, how empty it is, and you know that really is the end of the boating season. Probably the next time I shoot this, it will be in winter when the marina is covered with ice. But on today, when this was shot, October 31st was the first day of fishing season, and so I thought I'd drop down here and get a little video of this guy casting his fishing lure, a spoon lure, into the water. And I asked him what he was fishing for, and he said he was fishing for large and smallmouth bass. And so he didn't catch anything while I was there, but you know, there'll be guys out there fishing you know, probably until the marina freezes over, and then the ice fishermen will come out. So that pretty much wraps it up. This was just a kind of a little fun shoot to show the end of the boating season. Hope you enjoyed the little tour here, and as I said, probably the next time I shoot this area, there'll be ice covering the marina, and then we'll really know for sure that the winter is here. Thanks for stopping by and watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave any comments if you'd like.